Oh, what up, Noob Nation? We are back. We are so back.
Yeah, we're back. Apparently, someone's excited.
I
I'm
are you
buzzed.
not?
I'm buzzed. I'm buzzed. Happy to
Oh,
be here. Let's talk about the new edition.
let's not.
Nah, that's kind of boring. Let's continue talking about this edition.
All right, look, yeah, we could, do 17 fucking videos on the new edition, but someone already did that, and I wasn't invited.
Yeah, apparently so.
So instead, we're gonna do something a little goofy. We're going back to our roots, back to a tier list. What a surprise! The tier list,
Woo.
boys. Let's go.
This
Uh,
time, we're doing
Different.
casters. We're going to
Yeah,
have 3 videos on the casters.
yeah,
Good, which I believe we're doing now.
yes.
Then we're going to do evil. And then we're going to do the best of the best.
Best of the best.
Maybe, most likely. Who
I think we
knows?
almost certainly will. So this is anyone who has the ability to cast a spell and has to spend will to cast that spell. So
Yeah.
like I didn't include Thranduil with the fucking crown because that just goes off and that's not casting. That's just having that ability. And then we didn't include like Floy and that kind of stuff as well because he doesn't have any spells even though he uses will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've got guys
We just
there.
got all the fun stuff instead.
That's it. Yeah. Triple
Yeah,
triple caster list kind of bullshit.
yeah, exactly. So
But
let's dive
before
on
we
in.
dive in,
Oh,
before we dive on in,
before
I
we
do just
dive
want
in.
to say, ooh, ooh la la. In regards to the new edition, we're gonna carry on with these fun tier lists of this current edition.
Yeah, big time.
Uh, just until the new edition comes out, and then hopefully we can restart all the tier lists again and a
Like
wealth of content for
Sisyphus.
everyone.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
Sisyphus,
yeah.
we have just gotten to the top of the hill, and the boulder has come back down.
That's it.
we
So
must we must climb that hill again.
we are still here to help you win all of your tournaments with our wealth of knowledge.
Our absolutely correct opinions that are never wrong ever.
Bro, someone said we're the red pill of MESBG YouTube channels, and
It's because we don't like Glorfindel, and that's it.
yeah, we're the red pill channel. So shout out to you red pill boys.
No.
Let's rock and roll. Best
Uh,
good casters.
Best good casters. Let's go. All right, so dive on in. So this is going to be. We're going to have some real controversial opinions, I think, at this point.
Oh,
Uh,
this is my favorite. This is the one that I've been looking forward to the most, both good and evil, because it's so divisive.
it's great.
Like
It,
if you're a big fan of magic casters in the game, you're gonna have completely different opinions to people that are not fans of magic casters. So this
it's
is gonna be huge.
yeah. Look, there's people who are fans of magic casters, and there's people who are fans of magic casters.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling we're going to have a lot of those, the latter in the comments.
The vocal minority, some might say.
We start off with one spell, 60 points. Arwen, Wrath of the Bruinen. She can potentially try and cast it 4 times. It's not bad.
This is right. She can. What I've been struggling with, because we decided we were going to film this today, and all day or all afternoon, I was going, what Futtrick? What Futtrick? What the fuck?
What metric are we
What?
rating?
Yeah.
What Futtrick?
What fucking?
Futtrick?
What Futtrick? What metric am I going to rate these guys? And is it like
I think it's their
they
ability to cast their spell. Like, it's like how useful their spell is and their ability to cast it. That's my personal thing of like, and like, is it like actually, useful? Like, because like Wrath the Bruinen is solid. She casts it on a 4+ with only 4 will, so it's not like
Yeah, but then
incredible.
the question is, are you running her in a Rivendell list?
I'd run her in a Rivendell list if it was her Elrond all mounted. Because then you can
Well,
double
there
Wrath.
is that. Double Wrath is pretty good. Look, I think Eowyn, I think she's a solid B
Uh,
in all honesty, and that's a mix of like
It's
she's got 4 will. She casts it on a 4+
yeah,
from
4
memory.
plus.
My book's still loading on my phone.
I'm gonna go
Uh,
C, I think,
let's see.
because it's like it's one spell. It's not exactly like she's not, going
Yeah.
out. If she had like a couple of different spells and she was like casting them, and they were like a bit more useful. Like Wrath is nice,
Mm.
but also like
I've-
you never really in Rivendell, like you said, are you really gonna take her just for Wrath?
How often? Yeah. How often are you going to run her without the thought process of I'm deliberately going to make a list that has her in it?
Yeah, and like I'm
That's-
deliberately going for a Wrath list kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think six is good little spot.
I mean, she didn't get into D tier. She's not going in the hole,
No, so it's good. So don't get angry with us. Get angry with you for not running more Arwen.
Arwen.
Yeah, Arwen. Fuck me. There's two girls. There's three. There's three females in this fucking game, in this fucking book series and movies. Why do two of them have
Like
basically the same name?
Arwen Eowyn, yeah.
I
I mean, to be
always
fair,
get
it's
them.
better than Eowyn Eowyn. Like, I always get that fucked up. Or
That's fair.
Daewine and Dernhelm. I always get those two fuckers mixed up. Ugh.
Eowyn and Arwen, it's the same. Bechdel test.
What's a bit?
Fucking. All right, the Seabro.
Oh,
People want us to name all the guys as we
Celeborn.
like.
yeah.
Pick 'em
We're
up. So
We're up to Celeborn, everyone. This is where we
Seabro.
rate Celeborn.
Now Seabro is a fascinating one because if you ask me if he's got spells, I would say no because I always fucking forget that
Exactly.
he's a caster.
Yeah. It's actually his spells are actually pretty
They're solid.
good.
They're
Like
solid.
genuinely solid spells. Like he can enchant a blaze himself, which is actually really solid. Like he can do that cheeky little immobilize. Like
Oopsie.
the double immobilize of like Celeborn and Galadriel has actually caught me off guard so fucking many times. Like Nick's great at just going, see, Celeborn's just gonna quickly see you later. And he gets it on a 3+, which is actually pretty fucking good.
And see, this is an interesting thing. Nick Franklin, as you just mentioned there was a game I was using my bears, and Nick forgot Seabro had magic the entire game, and he was racking his head in the last turn of the game, and he goes, I wish I had one more, like I had the ability to cast one more spell right now. And I'm sitting there going, does he not realize that Celeborn has magic? And then I tell him, and he's like, oh yeah. And then he selects one of the bears, and I'm like, why the fuck did I tell him that? If this succeeds, like I lose the game and I don't win the tournament, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, and he is like real sneaky like that though
He
as
is.
well.
He's a sneaky.
He's a sneaky little bastard, but he also just like, I don't know, it annoys me that he has magic purely on the fact that it makes him cost more, and I would rather run him without magic. Like, I'd rather just run him, 20 points cheaper without magic than actually have that. Like, I don't know. It's nice.
I fully agree with you there that I kind of want him to be cheaper, but as a combat hero / a mini caster, he does work.
It is pretty nice.
It's pretty nice. I'm going to chuck him. Ooh, I wanted to say A tier for a second there. It'd be very low A tier for me, but that's in conjunction with his ability to go in and fight in combat, and he's pretty hefty.
I think, given that he's in a list with Galadriel, I think it actually does pip him just to A, just barely to A. Like
that double casting ability.
Yeah,
is very, very nice.
Yeah, only having 3 will, I think, puts him very, very low A, if not top of B. Just purely on the fact that it's like, yeah, you maybe get that. You get that once or twice a game, if that.
Absolutely. Now,
fucking
Círdan, the shipwright. This before we move him on, before we talk to him. Fuck me, I'm going to say.
Let's talk to him.
Círdan, where do you believe you sit?
Yeah.
I believe I sit on fucking the whole tier. No, brother. Oh god.
Yeah.
Brother would have sat in S tier not so long ago. Before the Alliance Matrix.
Honestly, I still think he's S tier.
With the Hero of Valor stuff, he was definitely sitting in S tier. Now, with that nerf that happened, what was it, 2-3 years ago? Can't remember. It's a very hard choice between S and A tier.
Because, like, I know he's now only a minor hero. He's only in Rivendell, blah, blah, blah. I just purely on, like... maybe... I don't know. I like to compare him... Yeah, he actually makes Glorfindel good. I like to compare him a bit... like, him and Radagast fit, like, a similar vibe to me. You know, that support magic caster that, you know, does nothing but, you know, supporting.
Yeah. And look, we can't forget, like, his magic abilities are phenomenal. Aura of Command is huge. He's one of the only models to have that from memory.
He's one of, like, 3... Actually, fucking Celeborn has Aura of Command.
Oh, he does. Fucking Celeborn. Blinding Light, obvious, just
fantastic.
Amazing. Enchanted Blades and Aura of Dismay.
Aura of Dismay is such a good spell. It is one of the best spells in this game. Just being able to make a non-terror army terrifying, that is so good.
He doesn't have Transfix, Immobilize, or Compel, which are the 3 like most used spells in this game.
Oh, for sure.
But the 4 spells that he have are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, they are really good. Like, he's one of 3 heroes that have Blinding Light. He's one of 3 heroes that have Blinding Light. Blinding Light is a fucking fantastic smell. Oh my god, you've passed it on. And Enchanted Blades, like for Elrond, for Glorfindel, for even fucking like Elendil or bloody Gilgalad, like it is a really good spell to have to throw on those boys.
Also, shout out to Círdan for not having a Staff of Power, but getting a free point of will just because he's so old.
Just yoked.
Yeah. Chuck him into S tier. Círdan in us. Yes. Yeah.
I'll see how I feel about that at the end of the video.
Fair enough.
He's there for now. All right.
Elrondo. Again,
Rivendell.
Brother fills a similar role to Arwen.
Arwen. Okay, that's what you're going for.
His daughter. You take him, one, phenomenal leader.
Yeah.
Very good in combat, very good on the horse. He's got his foresight points, which are dope. But in terms of magic, what's he got? Renew and Wrath of the Bruinen.
Yeah.
2 relatively good spells. But I'm not taking him for the magic.
No. Which is like same as Celeborn, to be fair. Like, I'm not taking Celeborn for his magic, and in fact I prefer he didn't have it. But I think Elrond, there's like, I mean, like, for instance, at very least, I mean, taking him with Lindir, who doesn't have magic. I was like, the fuck?
No.
Did I not include him? He doesn't. No. But taking him with Lindir and being able to do, like, 1, more Wrath of the Bruinens, and 2, renewing, like, either himself or, like you do with, like, a Boromir of fucking Gondor.
Well, I wanted to say, on that note, Renew seems like such an awesome spell. And I've taken Boromir with the intention of going, cool, Elrond's going to be renewing Boromir throughout, you know, these games, because Boromir's got no fate, yada yada, let's get some wounds back. Not once have I ever used Renew on Boromir. In the 2 tournaments that I ran that list to, not once. And like,
right,
yeah, ridiculous, right?
Okay.
Because it's a case of like, cool, Boromir's doing his job. He's just I'm going to throw him in there, he's going to explode. If he dies, he dies. In saying that, I think I only lost it. I think he only died once.
Yeah.
So like the renew's good. It's kind of like March for me. It's cool in the back pocket if you're desperate for it.
Because I think the other bonus of it is, like, if Elrond cops that cheeky wound and he's your leader, he can renew himself, and you get VP. You lose that VP, or, like, you know, you counter that VP, which is really quite nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same again in like, like Fog of War or like Assassination or something like that. If there's like, someone who's about to die, you're like, okay, renew, let's help him out. But yeah, like you said, I think it's a good back pocket spell. Whereas like Wrath is so fucking good as a spell.
He's got what, four will to cast Wrath.
3.
3 will. Yeah, that's right. 3 will to cast Wrath. The dude, like, you're only going to cast it once, maybe twice.
Yeah, unless you've got Lindir.
Absolutely.
He gives the free will. I think it's B. I think he's got to be B. Like he has some decent spells, but it's not. I'm not nothing to write home about.
Yeah. All right.
Gandalf.
But which one? Ooh, shit. You ruined it for our listeners.
Sorry, it's Gandalf the Grey.
It's Stormcrow. It's the Grey Pilgrim.
Mithrandir.
God, 170 points.
Yeah, Gandalf always just. I don't know. I never know how to think about Gandalf. Gandalf the Grey is fine.
In the new edition, I desperately want to happen.
3 attack Gandalf.
I just want Gandalf to be cool.
better.
He's one of both Gandalf the White, both Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah.
The coolest characters in the movies. Make them that cool in the game, please.
Yeah. Also, like, how are you going to come at me, GW? How are you going to come to me, into my home, and tell me that Gandalf the Grey is 1 attack? Did you watch any of the films at all? Did you see this dude fucking...
Yeah, brother, fucking...
Dude, like, he's fucking whipping that staff, whipping that sword around. He is absolutely cutting sick in every single fucking scene he's in combat. And these guys are like, yeah, that guy's 1 attack.
Yeah, I don't need him to be 3 attacks. I don't even need Gandalf the White to be 3.
I'd love him to be 2 and Gandalf the White to be 3. That would make me very happy.
Cool. But enough shit talking about Gandalf.
His actual spells. He's got 1,000 of them, to be fair.
He's got so many.
Blinding Light, Terrifying Aura, Immobilize, Command, Protection of the Valor, Strength and Will, Collapse Rocks, Sorcerer's Blast. Is that 9 spells or is that 8?
That's
2,
8.
4, 6, 8. 8, yeah, right. The most spells on any model, I think, in the game. I think him and Gandalf the White both have the same amount, but yeah, I mean, look, he's got options. Oh, pardon me. You're never gonna like. The problem is, I think he has too much options. Realistically, when you can only cast 1 spell a turn, like obviously Blinding Light's going off. That's always going to be your first thing. Terrifying Aura is a good one as well, just to make him terrifying. Those 2 are like kind of redundant. Like those are just going to happen. You really have 6 spells. Like Immobilize and Command are fantastic spells. Really, really good. No question there. Protection of the Valor is an interesting one. Like that's from memory. That's
Fate one.
No, that's Blessing of the Valor. Protection is an extra resist dice.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, which is not bad. I believe it's only 1.
Yeah, but casting that on a 4 class.
Exactly.
And I think that's a big issue I see with him is 4+ and 5+ out the wazoo for 170 points. And half your dice are going on 50-50 rolls. It's rough.
Yeah, it's he needs to spend so many will to do anything, and even when he does, like sometimes he just fucking whiffs it.
Yeah, I've seen Gandalf the Grey numerous times, like Sorcerer's Blast. Like my opponent will go, "Oh, I'm gonna Sorcerer's Blast that," and you go, "Are you casting it on a 5+?" Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
1 dice.
Protection of the Valor is protection from magical powers and special rules. So it's actually pretty solid. I've never seen anyone ever use it, honestly. Not that I've ever really come up against many Gandalf the Greys, but it really does not happen often. Yeah. It is very solid.
I was gonna say it is good, but it's one of those ones again. It's like you've got one spell to cast that turn. Are you going to Are you going to cast a Protection of the Valor, or are you going to cast, say, an Immobilize
or a command?
or a command? Like, I think the
Yeah,
better option
it's
is
like they're less value, and like obviously command and protection of the valor are the same to go off, but like I'd rather immobilize or command go off than I think protection of the valor is like, oh, I'm about to be, I have a model on an objective and I need him to stay there. Okay, protection of the valor, that model's gonna stay there, but like it's also only 3 inches, so it's not like you're gonna be right there anyway. Like, I don't know. Collapse rocks is always very interesting. Rarely goes off because you're rarely.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, you're rarely in that position. Sorcerer's Blast is solid, but on a 5+, fuck off. Like, it's not gonna work.
I honestly think, mainly for the fact that he costs 170 points, brother sits in the C tier.
Oh, he's got to be B.
I just don't want to take him, even if I'm playing Fellowship. He's the last one I'm putting in there.
Oh.
The only time I actively think, oh, do you know what? I'm going to take Gandalf the Grey, is if I was to run Lake Town or Lake Town Militia. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's 170 points of hobbits getting fucking wiped off the board.
That's true. And that's 170 points of fucking Lake Town getting wiped off the board. Like, that's a lot of fucking points. Like, I've never run him in. I run Thorin's Company fairly regularly. I've never run him. I run Get Ratty instead because he just works better.
I think it's got to be C.
Oh.
It's gonna feel right.
Oh, it doesn't.
C for Gandalf tier.
Gandalf. I would have said B, but
yeah, it's the 170 points.
He's expensive, but I just think he still gives you options, even if his spells aren't very likely to go off. The fact that you've got those options and they can or could go off, like even a 3+ immobilize is very good. Yeah, I know he's 170 points for a 3+ immobilize, and you can get that much cheaper, but it's still not bad.
Let's leave him there for the moment.
We'll see how we go.
All right. Let's circle back.
We'll circle back. I feel like we're going to have to circle back to Círdan as well, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
But it's your boy.
S tier.
It's your main man.
Cheeky little fucker.
Gildor Inglorion.
I want to say S tier, but clearly not S tier.
He's not. But honestly, for 4-wheel with a 3+ immobilize, he's actually really good.
But it's not just that. It's the 8-inch move. 12-inch cast.
Yeah,
that's
got a good
20. That's a 20
on a 25 mil base
range.
As well. On a 25 mil base, you can really thread him in to grab the immobilize off. It is really solid.
There was a phenomenal game that I played against Seb at Tabletop Con from memory, where I moved Gildor back, and Seb does some measuring, and he goes, "Cool. Even if you move, you're going to be out of casting." And I had to really think about whether I told him that I moved 8 inches, not 6 inches.
Yeah.
And I decided not to because I'm a cheeky little shithead.
Oh, look.
And then he did whatever he needed to do with Suladan, got him onto my Aragon, trapped and surrounded him. His Suladan had 1 might left. It was a whole thing. And then I moved Gildor 8 inches and I went, "I'm sorry, sir. Gotcha, bitch."
Immobilize.
Immobilize Suladan with no will. Let's go. It was very good.
He's very cheeky.
I will say this, I don't condone gotcha moves, but when it's a player like Seb, I would expect I expect him to know this shit. So
yeah.
I don't mind gotchaing him because he would do the same to
me. When you're playing someone who's played the game for that long, you kind of, it's like Aaron recently got caught out by Dane giving Fearless to Iron Hills, And it's like, I
Ooh.
don't feel that bad about you getting caught by that, because it's not something that's that unknown.
It's not a hidden fact.
It's not
Yeah.
very hidden. No, like he pops up enough. I feel like it's something you surely have run into at some point in one way, shape, or form. But yeah,
Enough about anecdotal evidence.
I think he's B.
I think upper B. I think he's going to be the very top of B tier.
Yes, he is very good, but I don't think it's not think it's worth putting him higher for one spell on full will.
No, absolutely not. And from my experience of using him, is you don't build a list and go, I'm gonna then add Gildor. You go,
I'm gonna play a list with Gildor.
I'm gonna play a list with Gildor, and I'm gonna build around that.
Yeah.
So B tier's very good on that. All right, Miss Goldberry. I'll be honest, she's only got renew. Yeah, she can piss off.
Well, she's got refreshing song, which is way better.
Refreshing song. Yeah, it's a beefed up renew.
But also, she costs 300 points because you have to have her and
take Tom.
Yeah,
absolutely. So she can mug off.
Yeah, she's fine. Like, refreshing song is a very good spell, but if you're gonna take anyone with refreshing song, you're just taking Tom, honestly.
Goodbye, River Daughter.
Goodbye, River Daughter. Speaking of,
you could even chuck her into the whole tier. I'll be brutally honest.
Yeah, look, honestly, yeah.
It's the Tom tax. It's the fucking patriarchy.
It's the patriarchy. Yeah, that's why she's in the hole. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is Lady of Light Galadriel, which actually I'd argue is
war aspect Galadriel. Fuck
yeah, war aspect. Yeah, I'd argue she's not that great a caster. Like, she's still got her free will and all that kind of stuff, but all she's giving, banishment, unless you're playing Vanquishers, works on fuck all. Instill Fear is nice, but like very situational. Fortify Spirit, I mean, having extra will on lads is nice as well, but I think War Aspect Galadriel is a combat Galadriel. She's a combat hero.
Yeah, she's a bit of she's gonna need that elven backhand.
She really does have a good elven backhand.
Actually, yeah. I'm just trying to find her thing here, because I think does she come with a fucking dagger?
No, but I think she doesn't count as unarmed from memory.
Okay, yeah, she can't. Yeah, she doesn't have a dagger.
Yeah, War Aspect doesn't suffer the negative. Oh wait, no, that's the negative on Courage.
She gives Harbinger, but that's not a spell.
That's not a spell.
Yeah, she gets 6 will and a free one, and she's got the Light of Elrond, which is just free fucking blinding light, which is amazing.
Which is nice, yeah. But it's not a spell, so that's not what going for here.
Ignoring it. Look.
Like, she is very good. Like, she's
fine.
She's a combat hero. Like, I think she's like probably sitting around B tier, like very similar to Elrond. Like, her spells can be useful but very situational. But she casts them way better. Like, insanely good casting, but for situational spell.
Yeah, I think that because of the spells that she has, Fortify Spirit, Banishment, and Instill Fear, the one that you're going to use the most is Instill Fear, which is an incredible spell.
Very good.
Really powerful spell.
But it can also be hard nerfed by anything that's Fearless and anything that's Bodyguard. And it's like, cool, all right. Or High Courage, even. You're like, okay. Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like a good supporting magic.
No, she's not doing it. It's the only supporting she's got is Fortify Spirit, which is solid. Like, if you really want someone to not get transfixed, Fortify Spirit's fantastic.
Yeah.
The extra 2 dice, sorry, to resist.
I think what's keeping her out of D tier for me is her combat ability.
I was thinking B tier.
Yeah.
Because, like,
I'm so impartial to her. You can put her S tier and I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Because, like, I don't care about her.
Yeah, she's got a similar situation to Elrond, I think. Her spells are useful. She can get them off when she wants to. but they're not what she's there for.
Yeah. Chuck her in B.
She's there. She's fine.
He's vibing.
She's vibing.
You know who is here though? This is why I didn't give two shits about her, because Ratty Daddy was coming up.
Ratty Daddy was coming up.
Top of S. Top of S.
S tier for sure. Like, Radagast is the best support caster in the game. And like,
phenomenal.
I remember last time we were talking about this, people were like, "Oh, but like, how?" And I'm like, "Read."
How do you fit him into army lists?
Like, he's 100
very fucking well.
Yeah, he's 150 points, and like, if you slot him into like dwarves, you slot him into Minas Tirith, you slot him into fucking regular elves, like hero lists, fucking like, there's so many lists where you slot him in, and it's like, cool, I now cause terror, I now can fuck up cavalry, I now can heal myself, I now can transfix. Like,
yeah,
it's insane how good he
also has a Nature's Wrath.
Also Nature's Wrath. I now knocked people turn. Like,
Aura of Dismay, brother. Just like, I still say that he fixes Khazad-dûm something crazy. Him and Khazad-dûm is outrageously good. It is dumb good.
Too good, and I hate how good
terror-causing dwarves with Nature's Wrath to give them that killing ability that they miss out on being fucking strength 3.
And then being able to heal those real tanky dwarf heroes that are almost never taking all their wounds in one.
Yeah, and if your opponent does have that cavalry that really knocks shit down. Yeah,
Panic Steed, see you later.
He's fucking phenomenal. And if you want to be nasty, you can give him Sebastian, you can give him the sled, and you could give him an eagle if you really want to.
Honestly, Sebastian and Sled he's pretty fucking deadly when he's Sebastian and Sled. Even just Sebastian on his own, just being a cheeky 2 attacks.
What is it? Is it 5 attacks, 6 attacks on the charge?
6 attacks on the charge, yeah. Because Sebastian gives him a dice. It's 5 attacks that you can might, and 1 attack that's just there, but it's still 6 dice that are trying to get 6s. Like,
insane. Or one of them strength 1, doesn't matter.
Doesn't fucking matter.
It's fine. S tier, my brother in Christ.
Easy.
We love you, Ratty Daddy.
Done. See ya.
Which fucking Stormcall is this?
This is the High Elf one.
Can we do both of them together?
Yeah, why not? They are slightly different. I do reckon the Rivendell one's worse than the Galadriel one, purely on the fact that the Galadriel one gets Enchanted Blades, the Rivendell one just gets Strength and Will, which Strength and Will is fine. But Enchanted Blades is way better.
But let's be honest here, that's not what we're taking them for. It's Call of Winds.
Look, the winds are fine.
Yeah.
The winds are bad.
Put the Galadriel one into Hole tier, and it's called Blown into the Hole tier.
Yeah, sure.
Call.
Blow me. Because,
well, that's called Eiffel Tower in some countries.
Anyway, moving right along. Look, the Stormcallers are bad, unfortunately. I like that they can get Will back. They're fun that way. But that's about it.
Alright, Sarumami.
It's good.
Saruman.
It's good Sarumans.
Yeah.
Who is fantastic. Yeah. I mean, Saruman either Saruman is fucking phenomenal. Good Saruman you see less because, well, at least we do. We don't run fucking soup garbage over here as much. But even so, he does slap so fucking hard.
Can we just talk about the fact that 3 of his 5 spells are 2+?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Like, can we talk about the fact that 3 of his 5 spells are 2+ and he gets a reroll?
Yeah. Wild.
Insane. Like, Aura of Command, Immobilize, and Terrifying Aura are quite literally never not going off. Like, they might as well be autocast.
As soon as you walk up, as soon as you deploy him, you just go, cool, I'm gonna sit here for 3 turns and I'm gonna cast command immobile. Oh no, command terrifying aura.
Horrifying. You only just did that for 2 turns. You need to just do
Sorry,
aura,
yeah,
aura
2.
of command and terrifying aura. And you're like, cool. All right, now I'm going to go in, and now I'm going to command. I'm not going to immobilize. Now I'm going to sorceress blast. I've got 18 inches, and I re-roll. And I'm more than likely going to be on a horse as well. I have the most threat range in the game.
Yeah. Dude is maybe the 3rd best caster in the game, with Sauron and the Necromancer above.
I reckon evil Saruman pips good Saruman.
Pips good?
Yeah.
I just look at them as being the fucking same, I'll be brutally honest. So yeah, maybe this one's the 4th best caster in the game.
Yeah, they are very similar, but the Flame Burst over Aura of Command, purely on the fact that he actually becomes with an army as well, is quite nice.
Yeah. Brother goes into S tier.
For sure.
Does he go above Radagast? I don't think so.
No.
Like, his ultimate... But this is the question, though. Like, ultimately, he is a better caster than Radagast.
Yes, that is true.
But I, personally, and I know this is you as well, we would prefer to take Radagast over Saruman.
I think his spells are... The Radagast spells blend in with a full army way better than Saruman's do. Saruman is a fantastic solo caster, just going bop, 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 bop. Whereas Radagast is helping a whole faction do better.
Yeah,
and I think obviously Saruman still does that by, you know, fucking up big heroes, but like he's only ever doing that to single models, whereas Radagast...
I was going to say it's that debate between an aggressive caster and a support caster.
Yeah. I prefer a support caster, personally.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I think we're right having Raddy Daddy up the top.
Speaking of support casters and Radagast being up the top, not anymore.
Auntie Gladys Berejiklian.
Galadriel is the best good caster in the game. I think that's pretty
yeah.
On points alone.
130 points.
Yeah. The fact that he cheats 130 points and like she has no more than a 4+ on all of her spells. She doesn't reroll, but also she has an army behind her. Like we were talking about with Celeborn, that's a double caster. She's Galadriel.
She's Galadriel. Surprisingly, does not die.
No.
Even when... What was that Ring of Rosie against the Balrog a couple of years ago? That was...
Patty Cake.
Or Patty Cake, sorry. Patty Cake with the Balrog. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right that she tips above Radagast there.
It's purely on the fact that like she sits in her own army, fantastic, and like Radagast has to ally in to kind of do his thing, and like usually it's a yellow alliance. Maybe sometimes you don't want to lose that army bonus, whereas Galadriel is not only green with a fuckload of things, but also is fantastic in her own faction. She is so good. Also not re-rolling, which is sucks for Saruman. Saruman's the only one that re-rolls, which is really good. But yeah. I think these three are really like interchangeable.
You can, depending on your playstyle, I guess you can count good Saruman, Raddy Daddy, and Gladys. You can just mix them all around. You can
just why I'm
interchange them.
Does Kidam belong here?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He's like not only is his pose look like he's like he's like standing in the corner of the
it's
party.
The fucking Virgin and Chad meme, and he's the Virgin.
No, he's the dude in the corner of the party. Like they don't know that I can cast Aura of Dismay.
Someone make that meme. Jeez. Yeah. Pip Kierdan down. Yeah, I think we're just going to do it now.
I think he's going to go. Where the fuck
Thomas Bombadilicus. I think I'm gonna say this. I think he goes above S tier in Tom Bombadil.
He's Tom Bombadil tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that above S tier or is that just its own, is that its own thing? Is that like
it's its own separate reality.
It's its own reality. So it's gonna be
Tom Bombadil lives in that forest, in the old forest, and that's kind of what this is. It's just like It's just that no one goes in there. No one hangs around the old forest. If you do, you get munched on by a fucking old man willow, and that's what this tier is. It's its own separate tier list.
Oh, hang on. I need to add another row in real quick as well.
What's the famous Tom Bombadil line? Tom.
Oh, Dole, Merry Dole?
No. Fucking Tom is master.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Bombadil. No, where are we? What the? Well, this is interesting. Shout out to Cora, which I don't know why Cora is giving me suggestions, but it says the only thing we know for sure about Tom Bombadil is that he is an Aborigine.
What the fuck? What the fuck what? What?
Just...
Cora's a fucking nightmare. Don't even... Anyway, enough of that. Tommy B's in Tommy B's here. I've just real quick. So we're on our final friend. We've saved the worst to last. It's Gandalf the White.
Oh.
And he's going in the true depths of the hole tier.
I want him to be good. I really do. He just isn't. And like, this is going to be some controversial statements from or comments that we're going to get for what we're doing here. But like,
yeah,
just
look. There's
every time I think about this dude, it just doesn't fucking work.
Like, there's ways to make Gandalf do okay. And, like, at best, like, if I was to be actually generous, I might put him C tier. But also...
coming into this, Gandalf was the one that I was thinking about the most. And I was going to say either B or C tier.
Yeah.
Like, he's got some form of combat ability. No, he doesn't even really.
I mean, like, 2 attacks, strength 5. He can, have a horse, so 3 attacks on the charge. He's fight 5. He's got strike. Like, he has a bit of combat ability, but for 240 points, the combat ability is fucking nothing. And then, like, his casting, like, numbers. His casting is fine. Like, 2+, 3+, and 4+. Like, that is actually great numbers. He's got 3 spells on a 2+, like we were talking about before. That's fantastic. He doesn't have a reroll, and he costs 50 points more than Saruman.
Mm.
And that's base. He costs fucking 60 points more on horse. Well, if they're both on horse.
Yeah. You're taking Saruman over Gandalf the White every day of the week. And I think they're trying to justify that points level with him by giving him that extra attack. He's got Glamdring, which makes him strength 5.
Yeah. But like...
And even, like, he's also got the ring, Naya.
That's true.
So, like...
He's rerolling.
He's got some stuff there, but...
dying is easy. He's D6, which is nice. But really, like... when you compare that to a reroll, honestly, it's literally just the fact that Saruman has the reroll, and it's just like, that's just better.
If they got rid of the 2 attacks, got rid of the ring, and kept him this amount of points but gave him a reroll, I would take him. He's still, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, he actually gets his spells off then. Like, he is an average spell. He's he's a decent spellcaster. He's an okay spellcaster, and an average to less than average combat hero for 240 points. Yeah. Or 2. I guess, but they're trying to they're trying to make him both a combat and both a caster, but not push him too far in either direction. And they've just come to this weird middle ground where he just doesn't work. He doesn't work. He costs too much to do too little. And if you give him to a new player coming into the game, he becomes Well, we're gonna say 240 points because we'll just say he's on Shadowfax the whole
Yeah,
time.
for sure.
He becomes a 240 point Blinding Light model.
At best, yeah.
Which
yeah, look, he has some play. There are like, there are people who have used him to decent effect, but I just think you're going out of your way to make him okay. Whereas, like, if you take a Saruman, you take a Galadriel, you take a Radagast, you don't have to do anything to make them good. Like, their spells will almost always go off, and their spells will always do enough that their points will be fine. Like,
yeah, if you're an experienced player, by all means, Gandalf is going to do some work. Like,
yeah,
I've played a couple of games of Gandalf the White, and like, I've done all right with him. Haven't enjoyed him. That's my biggest problem with him.
Yeah, you have to work so hard to get him to work.
Yeah, the best I've ever done with him was, and people are going to hate this, but it was in a double bolt thrower list.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, bunker Gondor. You just bunker down and you go, cool, I got double bolt throwers, a bunch of bows and blinding light.
Yeah.
Oh, you've come to me, now I've got some magic as well.
Yeah.
It's that's where I found it works best, but that's, obviously my play style there. He doesn't do it. So the true depth of the hole is where he's going to stay.
Yeah. Like, you have to work so hard to get him to actually work half decently. And, like, when you're putting in that effort, like, he's B or C tier, like, he's fine. But, like, it's just such a pain to do it.
That's the thing is, I don't want to condone saying that we shouldn't have to try with particular models in this game. Like, you still need to put the effort in on your end as the pilot to get the most out of your models and whatnot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But like,
I just want some payoff for putting in all that work.
Yeah, you put in the effort to make him average instead of putting in the effort. Like with the S tier casters, like you can't just throw them in and they do everything. Like you still got to actually work them, but like you don't have to work them to such a degree that they're like they're never gonna be terrible. And then when you do put in that effort, they're fucking fantastic. Whereas when you put in that effort for Saruman, for Gandalf,
the S tier casters at the moment, if their spells don't go off or they don't do exactly what you want to do, you don't feel that damage of their points value as much. Whereas Gandalf, 240 points, and suddenly you go, oh, that's 2 turns where he's failed to cast something. You sit there and you just go, well,
I'm playing 240 points down. Like,
yeah. Whereas these other dudes, if they fail to cast for 2 turns in a row, which is very unlikely with, say, Sauron, for example.
Oh, for sure.
You kind of go, I can deal with that because I've spent points elsewhere on whether it be troops or whatnot. Whereas Gandalf just, he eats so much.
Yeah.
But in saying this, the new edition that's coming out, once it comes out, there's 2 armies that I'm looking at. The first one is if the Wolves of Angmar list carries over from the supplement that's coming out now into the new edition, you know I'm coming back in with Wagmar.
For sure.
But Gandalf the White is the one that I'm eyeing off the most.
I think the new edition could make him decent. I think there's not a lot you have to change with Gandalf the White to make him better. And I think it's like giving him some kind of like special rule to do with his magic, or something along those lines where it makes him actually cast a little better, or like an extra attack, or like just there's not a lot of tweak, or even like just slightly less points. Like if Gandalf the White was like 190 points, and then Shadowfax bumped him to like 210. I'm not feeling the pinch as much. Like he's still very, very good.
I want a flat 200 points with him on Shadowfax.
Oh,
in this current edition.
Yeah.
200 points with Shadowfax. I'm happy with it.
I can see that for sure. Yeah, but it's like you look at Gandalf the White is 90 points more than Galadriel. and that's on foot. It's mental.
Wild.
Like it's not even a competition between him and Galadriel. Because like, sure, he's got a lot more spells, but like Galadriel, yeah, she doesn't have a reroll, but then she has 90 points of elves around her that are gonna do way more than 90 points of Gandalf. Like, oh, anyway. That's it. We've done it. We've got Tommy B. We've got the S tier crew. We've got the true depths of the hell.
And we've got an Eiffel Tower going on in Blooming.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Fine.
Uh,
we ain't kink shaming.
Look, that's. I also like how symmetrical it is.
Quite nice.
That's
1,
nice.
3, 2. It's binary.
Ooh. No, binary is 1 2 1 2 1 2.
No, it's 10 10 10.
Oh no!
We're learning. Anyway, we're getting out of here because we've got an even bigger tier list to film right now.
We'll be back. We'll see. We'll see you in a couple of minutes, but you'll see us in like a week or something.
A couple of weeks when we decide to release this shit.
Amazing. Thank you for coming, everyone. Don't forget to join the Discord to talk about all of our shit takes. And let us know in the comments where you'd have put a Círdan. Is he S tier? Is Gandalf the White really that bad? Let us know.
Yeah, talk to us. Get in the comments.
He is, though.
This is bad.
He is bad.
We're going to leave you on that. Gandalf the White is bad.